Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the Avalugg in the Ultra League. And yeah, this is basically where Avalugg might be a little bit better than in the Great League. I already showcased it in the Holiday Cup today earlier. And now we're gonna take a look at this thing in the Ultra League. And yeah, like I actually got a really decent one now with like a rank, I don't know, 51 I think it was. So a really decent Avalugg, something that is definitely worth it to power up, especially for some spice. But also I think it's gonna be really good in the No XL Ultra League because it's only like a level 30 Pokemon and usually they have a little bit of a tougher time in the Ultra League. And it was very difficult for me to, in general, build a good team around this. And yeah, like I had a lot of problems in the beginning where I tried some different stuff around as well in different leagues, like in the Remix Cup, and nothing really wanted to work. And now I settled with this team. And this team was definitely kind of okay. I played it sometimes a little bit horrible. The Lapras is a Shadow Lapras. Well, yeah, the rest is of course normal because they don't have Shadow versions. Also a rank 1 Shadow Lapras. So like I'm so lucky with all those really good IV Shadow Pokemon. Like you cannot trade for them, you cannot really farm for them. I was just so lucky. I think I have a rank 1 Shadow Drapion for Ultra League, a Skuntank for Ultra League, a Lapras for Ultra League, and a Golduck for Ultra League. Like all of them like XL Shadow like rank 1 Pokemon. It's kind of crazy actually, but I also did a lot of Rocket Grunts. Let me see actually how many I did. But yeah, this team definitely worked out pretty well, especially at the end. Like as well, like if you always like basically if you have like a new team, especially with new Pokemon where you don't know really what they do, like you kind of need to get into that first and have some games where you most of the time lose a little bit but learn more stuff. So for me, my last set was for example a 4-1 with this team, while it could have been a 5-0, but I made a mistake while switching. I think you're gonna see that anyway later on as well. But yeah, like you have to know what you have to do in which situation with this team, and if you don't know that, it's gonna go wrong. I think we're gonna lose this game here. I don't think there's anything I can do anymore. There was also like one game once, I don't know if it's still in there, where I just lost because of a lag in my game at the end where I just needed to hit one more charge move, just decided to have this like catch up bug where like not catch up, not like this tomato thingy, but where just all the quick moves all of a sudden catch up to the yeah, in general, like yeah, you know lag and go, but like I don't have to explain anything here. But otherwise, this was fine. I got like way more into this team, and I think it's definitely solid. I don't think like Avalugg gonna have a lot of play in normal Ultra League anyway, but I think it's gonna be really cool in the non-XL League. But again, then Walrein gonna come with his new C-Day move, with even 2 new C-Day moves, and mostly gonna be the better Ice type. But you also still have Lapras and whatever, so you can still play it together with it. But I think like in general that the Walrein gonna be a little bit better. To Walrein, by the way, for Ultra League, you have to be a little bit careful there because the best IV spread for Walrein is like, I don't know, most likely something like 1-15-15 or something. But you have to power this Pokemon up to level 39.5 for the best moveset I saw, best IV spread I saw that. But there are IV spreads that are also pretty decent. We need like sometimes like 10 XL candy or 20 XL candy, like to level 41 or level 40.5. But for those, you don't really want to build them, to be honest. Like I would rather build a worse one that doesn't need XL candy than a Walrein that needs XL candy, because it basically you have to build them 2 anyway, because otherwise you cannot use it in the non-XL Ultra League. And like this, like you won't really see the difference anyway if you build a worse one, but it's then in without XLs. If you use it in Open Ultra or like in the Ultra League without XL candy, so like you have to be careful there a little bit and see how many power-ups your Pokemon need before that. But yeah, Walrein C-Day still is like, I don't know, 3 weeks away, so just giving some tips here right now, which are not really necessary. So we're just gonna move on here, gonna see the Talonflame coming in, we're gonna go for our Body Slam, we're gonna get the shield there. You see me not running Avalanche anymore, as I ran like that thing before. Main reason here, this Avalugg is basically my Say Swap in this team. And as a Say Swap, I kind of wanted to get out the Jellicent, and for Jellicent I kind of needed the Crunch. So yeah, that's why I run Crunch. Crunch was also pretty decent, like you still hit Cresselia and you still hit Giratina with that. So I didn't really, like, there was not a lot of situations where I thought, oh well, if I had Avalanche now I would have been in a way better spot. Of course, those things can happen as well, but not always the case. And by the way, I battled 5,700 Rocket members, so that's why I also have a lot of Shadow Pokemon. Was something that I really enjoyed earlier on, but I don't know, I haven't been that active with Shadow Pokemon recently in general. But that's fine. Here we can go for some Surfs and still gonna win this game against this Talonflame. Lapras was something that surprised me. Like, I didn't really expect it to be that good anymore. I haven't played Lapras for like ages and it was like so good. So I can definitely recommend you playing Lapras again if you have one. Mine is the XL as well, so I cannot use this Shadow version sadly in the main Ultra League when we have the no XL version again. But it is okay. Here my opponent goes into Jazz, and I actually wanted to swap out here now. Like you see this, I lose CMP against it basically. I wanted to swap out, you see me going into my Avalugg, but of course it didn't work. And yeah, now I am kind of stuck there. I cannot really do anything. And I basically have still the Scrafty against me. I have still my Talonflame, which doesn't have any energy anymore, and I'm in a really bad spot. Especially, okay, here basically is where I would have wanted to have Avalanche, because Avalanche does way more damage than the Body Slam, and the Scrafty gonna be a bigger problem for my team now, as I can go for some nice Body Slams, but I can actually swap out here, oh yeah. But it's not worth it for me to shield here anymore, because I wouldn't have got to another move anyway, so I'm just rather gonna get the shield for the Lapras, but he of course gets to another move there, which I'm gonna shield because he's already so high powered up that I kind of have to stay in there. My opponent has a Nidoqueen, which is good for me. I can definitely two-shot this. But if he gets to like an Earth Power or something, it's going to be difficult. My opponent swaps into the chest and I didn't know how much energy it has. I swap out and my opponent can farm me down. And he can go for the Earth Power. And this Earth Power is not going to KO me. So we're going to be able to win this game easily. Who would have thought that it would be different? And Lapras just comes in clutch. I actually didn't expect to live this at this point, like I was already, okay, this game is over, but it wasn't. The actual interesting thing about Powder Snow Ninetales against, what's it called, the Talonflame is that Powder Snow Ninetales is actually not that good as a matchup for me, because he just two-shots me. It's still not a bad matchup, but it's definitely not a good matchup. And so I decided, I think, to swap out here now. I go for one more move, and now I'm gonna try to swap out. I have to shield now again. I think I'm gonna go for one more quick move then again and swap out. My opponent stays in there, like goes away and like basically still has the move stall, which is kind of scary because I still have my Talonflame there. But he goes into a Mandibuzz, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have some breakfast here. Like, look how nowadays it just looks how it eats this burp up. It's like the animation of Ice Fang looks so hilarious. Let's just see how it eats it all up, and we can just farm all the way down. Goes into Ferrothorn, which is kind of scary. We swap out here, but my opponent swaps onto my damage move, even though he had a charge move stored already. He basically swapped onto the damage from my quick move there, which was lucky for us, as we were able to do some nice damage there. And here I made a stupid mistake again. I should have went immediately into Lapras, but like this. I have a Samurott against my little ice table here, where I cannot really do anything. I can crunch him at least. This crunch gonna go through, doesn't really do anything. But yeah, we can go into a Lapras now, which is not the best. Like in general, I would have liked it to be like way different than that. But we can go for the Surf here, maybe KO him, and we should be in a decent spot. We can KO him there. He has, oh god, he has the Swampert in the back, but do you really think Swampert is a problem for a Talonflame? I mean, Fire type, Water type, something that they don't really like. But we can go for the shield here, we can go for another flame charge, and what we can also go for is a Brave Bird, and at this point, bye Swampert. And we still have a shield, and I wanted to troll here, and I saw him getting to the move, and I saw me having already the Brave Bird, so I went for the Brave Bird there. But sadly, we will never find out how much it's gonna do, because my opponent surrendered already before, but I think it would have KO'd anyway, because we were double boosted. That's why I went for it. I know it's resisted, and the other one is super effective. I know my typings. But it's still funny. Yeah, Cresselia with the Moonblast, and I saw a lot of Cresselias recently that didn't even run Grass Knot, and was like, Okay, why do you bait me before? And this dude also didn't run that. Okay, against Cresselia though, you can just go for one Flame Charge and then KO him easily. And here I made my mistake. This was, by the way, the last battle that I played. It's not gonna be the last battle of this video though, interestingly enough. Because, yeah, as I said already, when I put something in my render software, it just get randomized. So here I go. Yeah, if I went into Lapras there, I think I would have won. Because Lapras hasn't really got a decent-ish matchup against the Giratina because you don't have Charge Move that hits it well. But you get to the serve way faster than what you would have got with the Ice Table there. And the Ice Table is such a good matchup against Giratina, so I sure went into Lapras instead of the Ice Table there, and this ultimately gonna cost me the game. I don't know if I would have won either way, but I know that I would survive one move with the Lapras. I would have just needed to go for some serves, put them low enough that the Ice Table can do something against the Registeel, and like in general I would have been fine there. You see how much a Focus Blast gonna do here, it's not gonna be that much. I would have easily survived several, like in general, not several Focus Blast, but like one Focus Blast and then just the Lock-on. Lock-on wouldn't have really been able to KO me here either. And I can go for a Surf, and I'm just gonna lose barely here, but that was my own mistake. If I just went into my Lapras instead of the Avalugg as a safe swap, I would have been fine, but this was basically what prevented me of going a 5-0 in my last set, which was kind of sad, but it is alright. We go here against this Obstagoon. He can go for a Night Slash. I think he boosted. No, okay, there was one Obstagoon that boosted against me. I don't know if it's in there. It might have been with like different teams that I tried out before prior. Who will know? We can go for some Flame Charges. We have to get rid of the Obstagoon anyway. Even though it's not that bad, to be honest. Obstagoon against Avalugg in a Zero Shield scenario. Avalugg with this moveset in particular can actually go toe to toe with it. And you can get two body slams actually against it, which is crazy. And like you barely lose, like he wins with like a few HP left in the red health bar or whatever. So it's pretty okay. And here my opponent is a Clefable, and I was like hoping, okay, maybe there's still a chance here, I don't know. I can farm down. At least he threw against my Avalugg, which I was happy about. He still has the Giratina, but we have a move start on the Talonflame, a Brave Bird, which would definitely do a lot of damage there. We should only need to get him low and get rid of his last shield. That's all that we need. At this point he knows that you don't have Ice Beam, so we're gonna shield up here. We don't really need the shield on the Talonflame, it wouldn't seem P anyway. And he goes for a charge move. We can go for our charge move. We should be able to get a shield there, otherwise he's gonna die anyway. And we're just gonna go for the Brave Bird. Bye bye Giratina, good game there. But yeah, like actually it's more like a Lapras showcase than the Avalugg showcase here. But Lapras is also like actually so good. I really enjoyed using Lapras. Like, can highly recommend you if you have one. Shadow Lapras was just MVP of this team in my opinion. Of course, Talonflame is also always one of my favorite Pokemon. It's actually my favorite Pokemon in Ultra League. Like, there's literally no doubt about this. I think it's kind of broken because it can do something against everything basically. So speaking of Talonflame, hi Talonflame, maybe you can get a shield here. And we do, which is nice. I'm gonna shield here as well, which looks stupid in the beginning. Because like I know that I won't be able to get to another move, I won't be able to get to like anything. But if I didn't shield there, my opponent could have just farmed up basically as much as he wants against me. And I kind of want to get some damage already with the quick moves against him. Because like one Incinerate, not like one Flame Charge wouldn't have KO'd my Ace Table. So my Ice Table would have been then in low health, I wouldn't have got to another move, and he would have farmed me all the way down with his moves. But yeah, here I had to catch an Earthquake. There was no other way, and we're gonna be able to catch the Earthquake there with our Talonflame, but he can farm me down before I can do anything. I should have went for the Skull Bash there. I thought like maybe Skull Bash wouldn't have been enough, but it's like Shadow Swampert against me, so it would have definitely been enough. But I don't think I would have still survived this. Brave Bird there, my opponent wins on the 1 HP in a Dream. Going into the last game, we're gonna have Empoleon against us. Horrible lead. There's nothing really we can do against Empoleon actually with this team. So we're gonna have to go into our Lapras, go for a Skull Bash, hope that he doesn't shield. He does shield, and it doesn't look too good for us right now. But we can go for another Skull Bash pretty soon, because Skull Bash is, I think it's actually 8 and then 7 for our Lapras to get to it. I think you get the second one turn earlier, or like one move earlier, which is pretty nice as we already got him low here. My opponent goes into Cresselia. Very smart to swap there, but what I can actually do here is get up to another Surf and then swap out, because I'm not really that scared of the Cresselia unless it runs a Future Sight, but who runs Future Sight again? My opponent does. So yeah, it doesn't look too good right now. We're gonna be able to go for a move here. I'm gonna try to shield, I'm gonna try to farm down, I'm gonna try to get to a move against the Empoleon. When the Empoleon swaps in, I'm gonna be able to shield up here, and the Flame Shot's gonna come through. Does he shield as well? He does. I'm gonna go to my Lapras, going for the Surf, and let's see what he has in the bag. It's a Ninetales. It's gonna be very tough, but Lapras actually does a lot of damage already. We have still our Ice type, and we still have our Talonflame. We just cannot get hit by a Weather Ball with the Talonflame, but yeah, this is gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great Christmas time. This is gonna be like one of my last videos I really have to record this week, which is nice because I already pre-recorded everything from Friday to Sunday, but they are all really cool videos. I'm really hyped about them. We're gonna win this game. See you in the next video and have a great Christmas.